Hey, yo people, it's your boy Meeks up in here. I'm a self-taught visual artist. I've been doing photography for a couple years, also dipping into elements of video and directing and stuff like that. I'm gonna pull up my portfolio for you lot to see if you haven't seen the work. When it comes to photography, I kind of like all elements of photography. I've done travel stuff, I've done some food stuff, I've done some fashion stuff. Here today doing activation with Klarna called Heartbeats for Sneakers. With trainers and sneakers, people always unite through imagery and the way it's captured and the way it's shot. It's always fascinating to see people doing crazy things. A lot of people get their inspiration or make their purchases based on how things appear and how it's presented. So yeah man, you gotta respect the visuals, you gotta make sure at some point, you know. Today I'm gonna be sharing with you guys some of my favorite tips on how to shoot cool streetwear style shots of sneakers or trainers. I'm gonna give you guys like a run through of the prep, the shoot, the post-production. I probably like to dim down on the shadows. What are you playing at? I've got a few creps of my own. These are my Calvin Klein's, super comfortable runner, like super comfortable. DMs, Bape collab, Bape Uggs, hella comfy. I think I've slept in these a few times. It's a Naked Wolf, chunky one, gives you a bit of height. I want to shout out Cam Creates with these, man. These ones are called little custom Air Force piece with the butterflies. Oof. Jordan Air Ones, homage to home. Like a bit of a Scarface kind of vibe going to them. One side, back, other side. Good running shoe. Golf the Fleurs. These are Converse sneaker and stuff collab. A brand called Lever. Put their Insta handle below, but these are kind of fire as well. Formal kind of situation. Got the nice gold tassel. It's like a snake skin or some kind of reptile skin design on the side. These are one of my favorites. The Nike TN Iridescent. Yeezys Season 3. I feel like everyone should have one of these, they're comfortable. Air Max 720, Air Max 270, essential gym shoe. TN, Charizard, Blastos. Shaq hooked me up with those. Yeah, that's a summer crap. Fear to wear these in London because the weather's moving mad. They'll never be as crisp. Yeah, everyone needs some Timbs, boy. Aesthetic. A few cameras, viewfinder, like Lego, Yasha Samurai, point and shoot. Cameraman, Polaroid one-step camera. You can't replicate what Polaroid can do in my opinion. Instax Y300. My medium format, my Mamiya. A big hefty one. Instax Mini L-Play, 5D Mark III. A few more, still more. This one's a bit dusty, but I can't lie. But yeah, that's just there for show. Samsung SX70. This is the black version. Nikon EM 35mm camera. It's an old Pentax MV. This is my granddad's camera. Get some good shots on that. And yeah man, I just got hella cameras. And then I've got the Sony A7 that I'm recording this on. That's my equipment. It's always good to know what equipment you have, love the equipment you have, and know what you want to get. I get a lot of questions that I've been meaning to answer, but I think showing the process will make this whole thing a lot easier. Meeks tips on how to shoot streetwear style shots with sneakers and trainers. Let's get it. Let's go. I've been shooting my brother, goes by the name of Frost. We do a bit of directing together, done some music videos and stuff. That's my little bro. He's a bit taller than me, but life happens. He's got a pair of Air Forces. My sister's gonna be helping me vlog on the day. This is my sister. Ow. Did I scratch you? Yeah. Sorry.
Hi.
That's a little family affair. Yeah man, I think it should be really insightful and I'm hella excited.
Practice hours. Go on then. What you mean? Yeah, we did young and stupid. Now I do grown and sexy. I don't know who you're trying to impress, G. Man can see that your man bag's empty. No need to pretend. I don't wanna hear you talk greasy again. Never shot food, never shot no skeng. Talk about gangster, I was like when?
I think I met you before. Me?
You look, yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, how you doing, man?
Good. How you doing?
Yeah, man. I just thought I'd come see you guys.
Just trying to be creative in quarantine, innit?
Yeah, I hear you.
God bless, man. Stay safe. Nice to meet you. Street style sneaker photography. First of all, onto our equipment. So for me personally, I've got hella cameras. I'm a camera fiend. I'm a collector's boy, whatever you want to call it. That's me. So today, we're using the Sony A7R. Great camera, light, compact. It's a 50mm 1.4 Sigma art lens. Again, one of my favorites. When it comes to shooting any kind of portrait or product shot, I always do turn to the prime lenses. I think when you've got the zoom lenses on, you can just zoom in, zoom out. When you've got a prime on, you have to kind of move a bit, and it forces you to think about your composition a bit more. Another thing I've got, I think it's always good to have some kind of external light, whether that's a reflector or an LED. I've got with me this Nuo 360, and it's got the ability to actually change colour, so it's got RGB on it, which is really good. And it's quite powerful, like you can't see it now because we're out in the open, but in a dark situation, this is a real help. I think it was about £80 and the batteries came to 20, so this is a definite good pickup. When it comes to any kind of photography, make sure your equipment is clean. So I showed you guys earlier the cleaning equipment that I have. You're not going to get good photos with a dirty lens, with fingerprints over your lens, so make sure those things are always patterned. So location is one of the most important things. Suss out your location and make it make sense to what you're trying to capture. You've got the lines, you've got the light. You're going to be able to make something interesting happen. It supplements whatever you're shooting. So whatever product you have, if you put in the right environment, the photo is going to bang more. It's always good to color match. If there's any like colored accents on the shoes, it's always good to try and complement that with the surrounding area. If my shoe's got a red accent on it, I might look for a building that has a red wall or a red bus or a red signpost, something that maybe complements the shoe itself. Composition, very important. I always like to shoot from a lower angle. I think that accentuates the image, accentuates the shoot, accentuates the model. It makes everything look a bit more prominent, in my opinion. So I always try, sometimes I even bring the camera right down to the floor. Also with composition, some people like symmetry, some people like having shots off center. I think it's whatever works for you and whatever works with what you're trying to achieve. When you're getting different shots, it's always important to make sure you have a variety of crops, and that will help you with your post-production because you'll have a wider variety of selects. So shooting to me is like storytelling. So the more images you have, I think the more you can provide the viewer with like a sense of what you're trying to capture. And with a shoe shoot, I always capture details, laces, the tongue, any symbols or whatever's unique to that shoe, and then I'll capture full body shots of the model. When it comes to lighting, external light's always good. I've got my LED here, but equally a reflector or just something to bounce back light in, because often you find if you're in a dull area, it's just going to look really flat. So when you can punch some more lighting, I think that's always beneficial, especially with shoe shots, because you want to highlight the sneaker or the product and kind of make it stand out against the background. I create a little mood board to have poses that you can refer to. If you've got a mood board of poses and shots, you can always refer back to that. And it's like setting goals. It's like, I've got this shot, I've got this shot, I've got this shot. So it just makes the process a bit easier. When it comes to programs and software, obviously everyone has a different means or different way of doing their post-production. I've always gone to Adobe Lightroom. That's just been my go-to for the longest time. I understand the interface and it kind of just works for me. Then you've got other alternatives. I know there's Capture One, some people use Photoshop, some people just use their phones. So I think it is whatever works for you, but Lightroom is always my go-to for my color correction and my retouching.
That's the editing and then
Do a little something.
yeah, a little bit of touches. Yeah.
A little retouch.
We do that.
Okay. Alright, so shoot done. We're back in the lab, in my room. It's probably one of my favourite parts because more often than not you've now got your images and you can just sit back, put some music on and just kind of plow through doing your edits. So